this will be a whistle-stop tour over some of the things we do at school and some things that you can just do at home. I would say keep the activities short. If the children are bored or not interested, it's probably best not to push them to do it. Keep it fun, keep it a game. Language is really, really important. Just describing the world around them, what things can do, the position of things. So this is one that we will quite often do. You can use a container from a fruit thing or a lunchbox, it doesn't matter which. And some pegs. And quite often I will say, here's your pegs. Can you put them on the edge? Or you can say the pegs are inside. Can you put them on the edge? And then they find a peg and they put it on the edge. Obviously it's not as simple as doing that because I'm using my sight, so they might feel for the edge and then they get their peg and then they have to find the edge like that. Sometimes I will help them if it needs moving around for them or they can't find the space. I will direct their hand onto a space so that they can get the peg on, but they have gotten quite good at this just recently. Another way that you could do it to incorporate language is if you had it this way. You could put a peg there and you could say, here's the peg with the hand, here's the peg. Can you put a peg on the right? And then they might know that that's right, or they might know that they might think that that's right. So then if they put it there, say, good try, actually, not right, middle, right. Again, other language you can use with the pegs. Here's a peg. Can you put this peg in front? Can you put it behind? Again, always be really, really positive. If they have a go and it's not quite right, that's fine. Praise them for their effort. Another activity we do at school is to sort different objects. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to use the top of a Heroes box just so I know where the object are being put. Could use a plate. I'm using this because it's a better colour for you to see what's going on, whereas the children will be using their feel. So I've got some hammer beads. I'm just going to spread them around. And I've got, not many because I don't want to waste it, I've got some rice. And then I might just say, can you find me 3 grains of rice? They'd have to feel around. That one's a hammer bead. That one's a rice. Obviously there's quite a big difference between those sizes, but that's fine. You might want to add challenge. You might have rice and lentils. I've done this one at school and they were quite good actually. And you say, can you find me some lentils? And it is they're quite hard to pick up. They feel it, so the lentil is flat. Can you find me some rice? I can feel that that's a hammer bead because it's quite big. That's a lentil, it's flat, so I'm looking for rice. So here we go, here I've got a grain of rice and I can tell it's rice because it's long and it's a bit pointy at the end. So just sorting things like that. Then once I've done it once, I generally just keep the bits that I've used in a little pot ready for use later. Other things in the house that you might have where you can do activities just using your hands but also language. If you have anything like this, they probably will enjoy opening and shutting them. They might like the noise. That's the long one. Short one, just opening and shutting. Screw top lids are quite good, so always get them to do things with both hands if you can. So you might have water bottles, you can take it off, I'm going to put it on. You might have an empty jam jar, and again they can take it off, they can put it on. They might want to put some of the rice in that you've used. There we go. And they take it out. You might not have an empty one, so just, if you don't mind, use one from the fridge. You can actually talk about everyday objects then. So this is the marmalade, it's been in the fridge, it feels cold. The fridge makes things cold. You might want to show them where that is. We're going to open it, so we have to unscrew the lid. So really it's just about getting all of these everyday concepts and language combined for their learning. Another one I thought, obviously tomato puree, I wouldn't use one that's open, to be honest. So then open and shut, open and close. Then the last one is Play-Doh, just squeezing, making sausages, taking a tiny bit off, rolling it into a ball, and then let's pinch it. I will add a link to a website called Dough Disco, and that's really, really fun, and it's dancing with Play-Doh whilst doing your hand exercises. Have fun.